Hello guys, welcome to the stream today. Dover, Blue Whale, hello. Thank you so much for being here guys. I am going to continue my Drawlloween piece today. Yesterday we finished my little dragon wagon, so I'm really excited about that. Dover, thank you for the 100 biddies. Starting off every stream with a quack, always. Thank you so much, Dover. So guys, this is where we're at. And first off, I feel like I need to finish my little vampire boy because he's not clear enough. Like, she's supposed to be a ghost, but they sort of both look like ghosts, especially compared to my tiny little dragon. So I have to make sure he's a little bit more obvious, I guess. So, oh, and the other thing I was thinking of yesterday is I need to give him pointy ears. For some reason, when I think of vampires, I always want to give them elf ears. Like, why is that a thing? Why do vampires have these pointy ears? Why is that a thing, guys? I don't know, but I struggle to see them with human ears, so I'm gonna fix it. A ghostly vampire, exactly. Well, they can't really die. You know, vampires live forever, so, you know, he's supposed to not die. Although, I guess there are ways for them to die, so perhaps he met his sad demise somehow, some way or another, we never know. Perhaps I'm confusing elf ears with bat ears. That's a good point. That's a good point. I guess so. Anyway, he has got pointy ears now, and I am much happier with that. But we're gonna make him look a lot more, I guess, what's the word? You okay, Cam? Oh, it was recording. There we go. He's gotta have nice, thick, dark hair. Like the true vampire he is. Or the immortality thing too, both elves and vampires, they could die, but if they don't get hurt, they live forever. Exactly. Maybe the secret is in the ears. Maybe that is the secret to immortality. Have you seen those people that actually like body mod their ears and they give them like pointy tips and stuff? It's kind of cool, but terrifying at the same time. Like I would never be able to do that, I think. But maybe those people live forever because they've got the immortal ears. We'll never know. You're drawing an OC in Merimashita Irumukun? What is that? What is that? He's gotta have like a nice dark jacket. Nice dark slinky jacket. Oh my gosh. I think in the color version, I'm gonna give it a little bit of red. I think red's gonna look great. Any plans for the weekend, Mecca? How's everyone doing? Weekend plans actually are pretty exciting. We're gonna have like a mini engagement party, so it's only really gonna be my family and my fiance's dad and his partner. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Be right back, guys. I'm hearing like a beep from the kitchen. I'll be right back. yeah, that's basically the only plans we've got. And so my mom is planning to have, she's one of those people that if you ask her to have people over, she wants to do like an entire curated meal for everybody. Like there has to be entree, main, dessert, and she wants like the entire table decorated with like matching plates, napkins, tablecloth, everything. So she's making a pretty big deal out of it. And we'll try to take some photos because I bet the food and table is gonna look amazing. But yeah, so it's gonna be like a dark theme, obviously. So we're gonna have everything like a black and purple theme. Like all the food is gonna be purple. Well, besides like we're gonna have some pork too, so that's not gonna be purple, obviously, but we're gonna have like purple soup with purple cauliflower and vegetables and stuff, and purple dessert with blueberries and things. So most of the food is going to look pretty, you know, on theme, I guess, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I don't think we've had like an elaborate party sort of thing like that in pretty much forever, so because I'm not really the kind of person that enjoys, I guess, what's the word for it, like having guests over. It's not really my thing, but it's totally my mum's thing, so I'm happy that she's enjoying it, so that's cool. Invite the whole village over and cook everyone yummy food. Yep, you're familiar with that. Yeah, true. It's quite common where you're from. Purple pork dessert. No, there's no. So there's gonna be like a soup. I'm pretty sure it's like a yam soup or something. It's like a purple vegetable of some kind. It's white on the outside, but the inside's purple. And she's gonna make soup out of that with some like nuts and cashews and a bunch of seeds and things. And then she bought this like purple cauliflower and she's gonna fry that and then put that in the soup as well. So that's entree. And then we've got like pork for the main, which I'm not sure how she's planning to do that. And then dessert is gonna be panna cotta, just coconut panna cotta, which is like a white looking panna cotta, and then she's going to put like purple berries and stuff on that. So dessert and entree are both going to be purple, which will look pretty epic. So I'm gonna definitely take some photos of that. But yeah, my mom's like an amazing cook. She can pretty much just make anything that she freaking wants to. And there's also asparagus and Brussels sprouts. She couldn't get asparagus. For some reason, the shops that we've been going to, like pretty much our local groceries, have just been out of stock of so many like ingredients. Like I know we've had some flooding in Queensland, and that's where we get a lot of our produce from. But some of this stuff is just like deodorant. Surely flooding in Queensland would not have affected getting deodorant, right? Like, that makes no sense at all. So I'm a little bit confused why they're so low on some stock. It's not really normal. You're guessing it'll be difficult to get a hold of me? What do you mean, like on the weekend? Probably. I don't really check my phone and stuff much on the weekend. So, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Yeah, you were hoping we could hop on a call. We can do that next weekend then, the last one before you're away. Next weekend probably be easier. Probably a weekday would actually be easier for that, Dover. So maybe like, if that works for you, like a weekday could be easier for me because on weekends, like, I'm usually kind of very preoccupied with family stuff. So weekdays might work better, but otherwise we can definitely try for next weekend on a weekend, if that's the only time that works for you. Midnight! Is that Midnight Vitch or Midnight Witch? Because I feel like that looks like Midnight Witch. But anyway, welcome. Glad you're here. Can you hear Zazu with his little bell, Dover? He loves that thing so freaking much. He's obsessed with it. Whereabouts are you from, Midnight Witch? You love my style? Thank you! Space Golf Princess! Hello, how are you doing? Can we have a shout out for Space Golf Princess, guys? She's an amazing... would you call yourself a variety streamer, Space Golf Princess? Or what would you kind of call your stream? Because I feel like it's a crazy assortment of a lot of different... You hear the bell? I know. Luckily, Dover, it's not the most loud bell. So it's kind of acceptable when he just like rings it constantly throughout the day, which is fine. You're PNW of the US. What state is PNW? At this point, you suppose, you're trying to get to art, but you keep getting technical issues. Right, okay. Gotcha. So at this point, variety streamer, soon to be art streamer. What are you specifically having technical difficulties with at the moment? Getting it was a good call. He's definitely loving it. Oh my gosh. Mostly getting monitors set up and the art table good to go. The gaming table has been good for a long time, but the art PC was never designed for streaming. Yeah, no, like, I get you totally because, like, you need a lot more space on your table when you want to do an art stream because you've got, like, your keyboards that you still need access to, but then you also need a large enough space to not only have your art materials on the table, but have the art paper on the table as well, which is, you know, it when you have a large piece of paper like I currently do, you need even more space. So it's definitely a bit of a challenge. I'm just glad you're getting to the bottom of it all because seeing you do art streams will be pretty exciting. Although I never get to catch your streams because of the time zones and stuff, so it's probably going to be hard. Tova, thank you for the 20 biddies.
What do you call an expensive bell tower? A large building.
Good one. You haven't even started tackling the traditional art table. Right now, you're just trying to get the digital art table good to go. Oh my gosh. Guys, please also go check out Jason. Jason does amazing Copic artwork and usually does portraits of famous people, so please go check him out. So do you plan to do both traditional and digital art then, Space Goth Princess? I think if you're doing digital art, it's a lot simpler in terms of like, because I know I did like 1 or 2 digital art streams before I actually really went into streaming, and it was a lot easier because the only thing I had to be concerned about is my webcam, my face cam. And even that wasn't as big of a deal because, I mean, let's face it, if you're an art streamer, who really cares that much about your face cam, right? People care more to see what's down here than what's here. So you don't really have to focus that much on it. But as soon as I started doing traditional art, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. Like literally for weeks, I spent time trying to figure out why the lighting wasn't working, you know, why the placement of the cameras was funny, how I could get the proper angle, why things looked blurry and stuff like that. Like, I just always felt like, especially with webcams, that you could barely see what I was doing. And so that's part of the reason that I got the cameras that I did, because it was always bothering me that it was so hard to actually see what was going on, you know? And the webcams, for whatever reason, just didn't want to focus on my art. I tried my best to tweak them and stuff, and it was such a nightmare. Whereas with digital art, you set up and go. It's like so easy. So easy. You do digital backgrounds a lot, but character art you've always preferred traditional, and you experimented with digital cartography, but didn't have the right mood, so you're going to stick to traditional cartography. That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like certain things are just better suited to different mediums. It's weird. If it's your preference, I definitely say stick to it. Homeburger, Dover, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Homeburger and Jason. Oh my goodness. Dover, thank you. Oh my gosh. Guys, it is time for a little burial today. Here we go. 2 little tombstones to start off with. Thank you so much, Dover. And well-deserved people you picked. How well-deserved. Thank you. We need our regulars to be subbed, don't we? Definitely. There we go. 2 little tombstones. Look at them. Look, I hope you guys are happy. I hope you guys are happily buried. Thank you for that, Dover. Do I have an opinion on all this new computer-generated art? I've been just seeing stuff about computer-generated art, but I actually have no idea where that's all coming from. So would you mind maybe enlightening me? Because I've been seeing stuff like that, and then I'm just like, I'm not sure what this is all about. But if I'm understanding it correctly, it sounds like there are now people creating AI-generated artwork and trying to sell that? Is that what I'm understanding correctly? Because if that's the case, then I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't really think that that's art, because if a computer can do it, is it really that creative? Probably not. So, I don't know. I don't really see it as very valid. Based on the prompt given, an AI picks images from a huge database and creates something. But then the AI is the artist. not the person who assigned the AI, right? So the way you understand it, some people wrote programs that looked at all art online and made programs that generate art based on that. I mean, I guess I find it useful in the sense that, like, let's say I wanted, I've not really seen how good they look when, you know, they're actually produced. But if I wanted, let's say, a bat wallpaper very quickly, then I think it's pretty cool that I'm able to just like put it into like a generated computer and ask for an image and get something acceptable out of that. But do I think it should be monetized? No, not really. I think that's a little bit trashy, to be honest. This is a great philosophical topic. You think the big thing isn't so much a computer is doing it, because you've written computer programs that use random numbers to draw. But this is more like a large amount of complex photo bashing. Your big problem is a lot of the details are like noisy details. So I haven't really seen what they look like, but I have seen some computer generated art before, and it's never really close to the real thing. You know, I feel like there's a reason why artists are irreplaceable in this world. Because computers can't really do what we do. Computers can't be actually creative, right? They just can't. They will only ever be what we make them. So if a computer were able to be properly creative, then the person who made it probably is. And that person should then be the true credited artist, not the computer. If that makes sense, I guess. Most images are stuff you see in dreams or nightmares. The Uncanny Valley, right. Yeah, see that? I think I have seen horror generated art before, and it's pretty creepy. Probably some of those pieces are now winning art contests. I'm sorry. How can any art critic not realize the difference? I guess I doubt their credibility. If you can't see the difference between computer generated art and real art, then I don't know how you became an art critic to begin with. The faces tend to really give away that AI don't understand a face, but is trying to make something face-like in a facing spot. Oh gosh, like there's just too much. My brother works in neural networks, and he has told me a little bit about how this stuff works. And like he says, it's just like, it is amazing, like really amazing how advanced we can make computers. Like they can recognize a zebra, they can recognize a tiger. You know, they can distinguish the difference between those two and, you know, recognize flower types and things like that. That's pretty darn amazing. But at the end of the day, they function within set criteria, and their capabilities, as soon as you take them out of that area, they're pretty much doomed. Whereas you take an artist out of their comfort zone, they can adapt. They can probably come up with something new because they have actual creativity inside them, which computers do not. Art contests and galleries are simply ridiculous these days. Stick a banana using tape on a blank canvas and sell it for millions. It's money laundering. Exactly. So like, just because they're winning art contests, in my opinion, doesn't make it valid, doesn't make it real art, because you can, like Dover said, take a piece of fruit, stick it with duct tape to the wall, and you can make millions. So, is it art? I mean, in its own sense, it's like political art maybe, or social commentary, but is it truly art? I don't know. Like, it depends what we decide art truly means at that point. And a lot of people do think that art can just be social commentary, in which case, a banana duct taped to a wall is social commentary in the sense that we as people are accepting it as art. And that is what sort of gives it its validation, right? So it's a little bit circular, but that has, oh my gosh, that has its own place, I guess. I almost dropped the keyboard, guys. So yeah, it's a very, I guess, interesting and complex topic. Do I think it's art? No. Do some people think it's art? I guess so. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think a banana duct taped to a wall qualifies as art? He'll tell you how, as long as you can stay away from very specific real objects, the CG art is as valid as Photoshop. Is as valid? Hang on, what the heck? Is as valid as a lot of human-made art, which you would call invalid. See, there I would agree, Homeburger, because I look at a lot of human-generated art and I feel the same. And some people would call that art, whereas I would not. So, it's, yeah, that becomes a very tricky topic. Your big fear is a lot of people are starting to think the AI-generated art generator is a tool like Photoshop or a brush set. See, that, to me, there's a big difference. There's amazing digital artists like Loish, right? Loish van Baarle, and other amazing digital artists, and they put so much creativity and art into the work they do using various different brushes. The brushes are just tools. There's a difference. Like, if you're just sitting there pressing a button and having a computer feed different things in, that's very different from physically painting, understanding color and contrast, understanding lighting, where to put that highlight. You know, there's a lot more skill involved in using Photoshop than just AI generating artwork. You're on a win streak in Fortnite? No worries. It's creative at its best, you suppose, like the human has come up with the prompt combination of words. Yeah, I know, but like, I feel like a computer can probably come up with that too. In the same way as a sack of flavored air counts as food. Yeah, true, Toronto, true. We pay for air all the time. Marcel Duchamp said whatever the artist decrees as art is art. And he kind of proved a point with that, didn't he, Jason? Like, he took a friggin' toilet and he put that in an art gallery and people considered it art. He made a point. And that's where I'm sort of coming at, like, some art can be a social commentary in that way and become iconic. Whether it's truly creative and truly art, I have my doubts, but it does have its own place in art history. The thing is, context matters. There is a famous piece of art that's a single box fan, which you think is a deep statement piece because of what it represents. Exactly, Space Goth Princess. Like, if it has specific meaning, then that changes everything. Just because it is art doesn't mean it has much value. Yeah, true. Like, if a banana on a wall can be art, then how much more creative is your 5-year-old kid's painting, right? I would argue so much more creative, because they actually physically did something intuitive, whereas the person slapping the banana on the wall didn't do very much, you know? Hello, Sab, how are you doing? If you write a program that randomly colors pixels and then semi-randomly decides if that is what is made is art, is that valid? Your big problem is like when you draw a piece, you have a general idea of the angles and such you want, whereas the AI is just giving you things for you to pick from. Yeah, true, exactly. And like you don't have to think about composition, you know, color, highlights, composition, contrast, what colors you're putting together, all of that. So I don't think that it's truly art, to be honest. I feel like it's lazy and just I feel like it's the kind of thing that's useful for people who just quickly want to have a nice looking wallpaper or, you know, a nice printed background for something. I don't feel like it's valid in any way. You're being facetious a lot here. You think there ought to be an objective definition of art. You don't know if there is, nor what it would be if there is. Homeburger, I wrote, when I was at uni, I wrote an essay 3 times about the topic, what is art? And we had to discuss that exact conversation. And it's essentially the answer is it's really undefined by society. But essentially its meaning is what society determines it to be. So because of that, it's such a fluid definition that there really isn't any. Because you ask one person what art is, and they'll disagree with the next person. So it's frustrating, but to some extent, our society has determined some guidelines about what art is defined as. And I could go into that. That would be like an entire 3 hour conversation because it's a very, very deep, complicated matter. So, yeah. Probably not a conversation for today because I would just be talking endlessly. For an artist involves someone using specific tools to directly create the piece of art. Yeah, see that I would agree. That's probably a good way to go about it, Space Goth Princess. Like the artist has to directly use those tools and, you know, physically move them to make something artistic. You kind of like the Duchamp definition, as long as it's remembered that just because it is art does not mean it has great value. True, true. You think the AI art generator is akin to commissioning an artist at best? Like financially commissioning? Sorry for starting this discussion, you've just been itching to talk about. I love this discussion, don't get me wrong, like this is the kind of topic I could probably talk endlessly about because it's, you know, so complicated and everybody, literally everybody has a different definition about what art is. Like, I would say, for me personally, some abstract art I don't really consider to be art very much because, you know, like, there are definitely abstract artists who do a really good job at making abstract art and it's not as easy as you would think it is. But then you see a lot of people like just sort of slapping paint on a piece of paper and being like, this is my art. Entering art galleries and stuff with it all. And I don't know, like I'm no expert when it comes to abstract art. I'm not very knowledgeable in that area. But to me, I guess I just don't see a lot of skill in that. Like, I probably see more skill in a 5-year-old child's drawing that they did of like stick elephants and stuff. Whereas somebody who, like, an adult that just slapped a bunch of paper with paint, you know. I don't know. But there definitely are, I have to say, there definitely are amazing abstract artists who truly have skill. There's just not as many as there would seem to be. You love getting into the question of what is art. Yeah, and it's like, it's a complex thing because you've got political art and then you've got, so the two distinguishing factors, and there's also like 3. So you've got illustration, right? And then you've got abstract art. And you've got art for art's sake, and you've got political art. So they're all they all have their own different categories and things that make them valid. And so illustration really has to have a story behind it. It has to tell something. It has to be communicative. Art for art's sake doesn't have to. So art for art's sake can be just like a scenery of a sunset painted beautifully, or it can even just be abstract art. Can also sometimes be art for art's sake if it's only meant to look beautiful. And then you've got political art, or also social commentary art, that has to try to make a statement in some way. So sometimes they'll use like iconic figures like Minnie Mouse, and they'll combine that with like some kind of political figure. Or they'll just take like a banana and put it on a wall to try and, I don't know, represent world hunger, or who knows what else they were trying to say with that. So that is political art. And then what was the other one? I forgot what was the other one. But basically there's like so many different categories, and each of them become valid in their own category. So one of them in the other category would not be valid at all. So it really depends. Like, do you consider all of those categories to be valid, or do you dismiss some of those? The only thing objective in art, personally. Oh my goodness! Mag Animation! What a raid! That? Vlad, that is my favorite emote! That's sick, I need a sub. Who's that? Who's got that emote? The little bat wings. Oh my goodness, that's genius. I love that so much. Look at the kitty! Oh, that's adorable. That's so adorable. Thank you so much for that raid, Meg Animation. How are you doing today? And thank you so much for trusting us with your community. That's you! That's you indeed, exactly. So, raiders, please tell us, what was the highlight of Meg Animation's stream today? And Meg, if you would like to, please go and share a link to what you worked on today, or if you'd like to share some social media, that's totally fine too. We'd love to see a little bit of your work. So we're having a very interesting conversation at the moment on stream. The conversation is sort of like, what is art? Like, what defines art? And it's a very confusing topic, and one that has so many different answers, I think. You think the problem there, especially art galleries, is how the real struggling artists are ignored. Money laundering, like you said before. Yeah, totally. You're giving an artist a prompt to make art from not making the art. The AI generator being the artist here, and by extent, its programmer. Yeah, the programmer, I would argue, is the artist. Not the person using the program. But I can definitely say the programmer is the artist. Because the program they wrote is their tool. So any art created by their program would effectively be their art, in my opinion. Because they wrote it. That's how I feel about it. So I would say that, yeah, it can be art, but that art would belong to the person who wrote the program, not the person who's using the program. What about digital illustrators? Because if you were to say that, then it devalues people who work on their time and effort working on said digital art pieces. No, so Sab, what Space Goth Princess was saying is they feel like using Photoshop is totally valid as an artist, because you are using brushes, you're painting exactly like you would traditionally, right? You have to still think about composition, you have to still think about where to put highlights, what colors to use, in exactly the same way you would if you were making traditional art. So I still feel like that is 100%, that art belongs to that artist. Whereas what Space Goth Princess was saying is there's a person who wrote a program that creates like pre-generated artwork, Question is that valid? Like, does that art belong to the person, or does that art belong to the creator of the program? That's what we're sort of getting at. You think it's a dragon? Oh, you mean that's a dragon? It looks like a bat. Either way, it's freaking cool. I love it. Whose emote is that? You're considering that digital art, what we think of now, will fall under a new title of traditional art, that being art directly created by a human. Yeah, it'll probably just become like even more valid, I think. It should be categorized as human art and AI art. Yeah, exactly. There we go. We have a link, guys. We have a link to Meg Animation's Instagram page. Let's have a look. Guys, I haven't seen your work before. You do animation, right? On Twitch. I love how, like, the edges of your work look like they're done in pencil of some kind. Look at his eye. He's cool. He's so cool. Oh my gosh. Look at this background. Damn, that's insane. That is so good. Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable, guys. Look at this background. It's amazing. Oh, look at him. What's wrong? Why is he all caught up? Oh, he looks sad. Oh boy, is this an animation? It's so nice because this looks like storyboarding. Is this an animation? You can play Fortnite and listen to my art conversations, but it's 2 AM. No worries, Jason. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hello, Uni. How are you doing today? Colway, a DJ streamer. Gotcha. I'll have to check him out. Art is something illustrated by the imagination and imagery, drawn and portrayed to relay a message, humor, and story. It describes an artist's persona, at least that's how you view it. Ultimately, just put your heart into it. After all, you can't spell heart with art. Exactly. Not an animation, but a little sequence. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Icy Perception, thank you so much for that follow. When I was at uni, I had to do one storyboard, which wasn't supposed to be for a proper animation, but it was so much work. Your work is beautiful. I just love your scenery. How are you doing, Icy Perception? I know that feeling. I can't draw backgrounds. That was me a couple of years ago too. And it frustrated the heck out of me because I would always feel lesser than when I was creating a character and I can't do a background. It was so frustrating. You've definitely come a long way. Like, you've nailed it for somebody who thinks they can't do backgrounds a few years ago. Damn, you've really worked so hard. That's crazy. Way to go when you practice, right, guys? Time to follow. I know, right? You know this is unrelated to the art, but you are living for my eyebrows. They look incredible. Thank you, Mag. Thank you. The weirdest part is, when I was a kid, I hated my eyebrows. And then, like, having thicker eyebrows sort of became trendy. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm trendy now. Not that I cared a few years ago. But yeah, it was like, weirdest thing. Sometimes the things you hate about yourself, you'll start loving about yourself. So think about that. I love the little pond. That is so cute. You've got like such a really cool style where it's not super smooth. Like, all the edges and things have that beautiful texture to them. I love it. Oh boy. Chatterino just quit on me. No, come back. I need my chat, guys. This is such amazing work. Oh my goodness. I'm living for your backgrounds, honestly. Totally living for your backgrounds. Rex, thank you so much for the follow as well. Oh my gosh. Backgrounds? What's that? I know that feeling. Yep. You're doing great. Just started on Twitch recently. Well, welcome to Twitch. So happy you're here. You're gonna grab a little snack and pop back in. No worries, Meg. You do whatever you need to go do. Take your time, relax, because I know how it feels after a stream when you raid someone. You just need to let go, you know? I've been trying to draw new art as of late, but you're always short on time and still getting used to the new art software you're using. Wait, what are you using again, Zone? I can now use the dragon emote. Dover, what have you done? Dover! Oh my gosh. How do I get to it? That's gonna be hard. Colorway, there we go. There we go. What? He's got like multiple ones? It's like red ones. Wait, where's the black one? I don't know where's the black one, but I see the red one. There we go. There we go. That's sick. That is so sick. You've been crushing on thick eyebrows ever since Jennifer Kennelly in the Labyrinth. She's amazing, Toronto. Yeah, totally. I get asked a billion times a year whether I am Lily Collins because of my eyebrows. Marketing made thin eyebrows trendy. It's so stupid because so many people went and like actually overplucked and then they can't grow back, and now that they're in this day and age where it's no longer marketed as such, they're trying to regrow them and they can't, which is kind of sad. Like, people should just be celebrated for how they look. If they have thin eyebrows naturally, that should be what looks great on them, you know? And if they don't, then that should be trendy too. That's how I feel, rather than chasing trends. Because otherwise everybody's always going to be looking the same and never good enough anyways. Thick eyebrow gang! I'm not. You thought I was Lily Collins? I'm such a fraud. Oh my gosh. The ads. I'm so sorry. Now you look. Oh, Jason. Major inspo inbound for your comic. This is so cool. Guys, please go and give Meg a follow. Can we have one more shout out for Meg Animation? I love the donkey. I think this is so far my favorite character. This donkey. I love this donkey. So cute. Is it sad that you still don't know who Lily Collins is? It's fine. It's fine. I don't know who half the celebrities are. Only reason I know is because people have asked me so many times that I had to look her up. So you're all good. Be you, exactly. Natural's always more beautiful. One of my friends from uni actually started making her own music. Should share it with you guys. It's a really great song. What is with this weird... It's a really great song, and so I'll share her video in the chat for you guys. Here we go. That's not the YouTube video, please. So I'm not going to be able to play it because
if you're going back to school,
DMCA, obviously. But I'm going to share the YouTube link for you guys. That is such a great song to help celebrate who you are, being who you are, and just staying who you are. Because you're the only you there is, you know? Such a great song. But yeah, she's amazing. She recently had her first concert in Adelaide. And I was able to attend. I was so happy. So really, really honoured. But yeah, I included some of that in my blog if you guys want to see a little bit more about her first concert as well. So cool. So for those of you who've just come in with the raid, basically every year, every October, I join in on the Drawlloween prompts. And this year, I decided to do all the characters in one very large drawing. So they're all going to be joined together in one single drawing. So we've got like spooky self-portrait. So I did myself dressed up as a ghost. We have Glampire, so a glamorous looking vampire. And then we've got Dragon Wagon. So we've got just a couple. And I have to do 31. So this whole piece of paper has to be finished with 31 different characters somehow, some way. At the end of the day, be yourself. Don't let some corporate company telling you how you should look like. If they're not a Star Trek celeb, you probably don't know them. They're not a Star Trek celeb, sadly. But you're right, Zab. You're right. Like, don't try to follow, you know, what society tells you to look like. Because 10 years into the future, you could be the new trend. You'll never know. And then you'll regret having changed your look for all that time, not enjoying yourself anyways. Just to have become what society wanted all along, right? Every time you comment, the ads go off and you miss a chunk of the stream and have to go back to the bot. Oh, sorry, that sucks. You're sorry to banish, but you have a flat school in the morning, so you need to sleep. No worries, Space Goth Princess. Thank you so much for the riveting conversations tonight. I really appreciate that. It's a ton of work. You're totally right, Spark Draws. Totally right. I have my work cut out for me. That's why I'm starting early, because I'm going to have some extra time in October when the challenge actually starts to be able to color all of these. So I have to scan this into watercolor paper and then I have to color them all. So a lot of work. Cryptic Horrors, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, little goth. It's everywhere, YouTube too. Well, the platforms have to make money somewhere or another, you know? Like, they have to host servers and stuff, so it's not all run for free, sadly. And ads help make money, so there's that. One thing I was like wondering is, do I make like that part of her dress lighter? Because like she has to be see-through. Well, like he has to, his other leg has to be a little bit lighter to show you that she's a ghost, obviously. You can't believe you found my stream. All your favorite things, vampires, dragons, and traditional art, all at the same place. Vlad! Oh my gosh, and you introduced me to one of my favorite emotes on Twitch, so heck yeah. This is why raids are so awesome. You're gonna lurk for a bit, we'll be back if the stream is still on. No worries, Sab. It should be. Hello, Kaylee! Welcome, how are you doing? Hope the conversation stays spicy all night. Definitely a lot to think about. I feel like everybody has different opinions about these things, so... And that's okay, you know? They've gone from 1 ad to 3 to now 4 ads. Like, what do you mean? In when? You're gonna lurk for a bit? We'll be back if the stream is still on. No worries. For those of you who are new here, if you follow people on YouTube, I share a monthly vlog on YouTube as well. So basically my vlogs include behind the scenes stuff that sort of inspire my artwork. So it can be things like artists that I found inspiring or experiences that I found inspiring. It also shows a little bit of like my personal life, what happens behind the scenes and stuff like that. It shows a little bit of my packaging process, running my store, the business side of my artwork. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, check out my YouTube channel. You've been here for a little bit, Lucky. You just wanted to say, hey, you need to get back to lurking and twerking though. Got a few things to do. Hope the rest of my stream goes well. Pov, thank you. And I hope you've been doing well. I'm so sorry that I've been sort of like absent a lot of late and not getting back to you guys when you guys message me and stuff. But yeah, I really hope you guys are doing well. Spark Churros! Oh my gosh! Time for a little funeral! Guys. Spark Churros, what would you say you would like written on your tombstone? I've got your headstone right here. What would you say you would like written on it? It's time for your burial. Here we go. 3 little tombstones in the cemetery. It's all good, no worries. Things are getting better. Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. Antonio, thank you for the follow. Welcome, little goth. Let you think? No worries. I'll let that settle. I'll let you have a think about that. So I'm going to make this bit definitely darker than the part that goes through her, because she's like semi-transparent. She obviously has to be somewhat visible, otherwise you won't see her, but I don't want her too dark. Just enough to know that she's there. Perhaps spark inspiration through art. There we go. Great headstone. What a great headstone. Also guys, for those of you who aren't aware, we have a monthly art challenge running on this channel. So basically I've tried to align these with Halloween this year. So currently the art prompt all of you guys are drawing along to is Spooky Self-Portrait. And we'll be reviewing everybody's artwork on the 31st of this month. So if you would like...
I wanted to read not enjoying my jokes when I was alive was a grave mistake.
That's true. We'll definitely make sure to enjoy your jokes, Dover. Lest you come and haunt us afterwards. We'll never know, right? You're like a blank right now? It happens. Hey, when you've passed along to the underground, right? It happens. Like, you don't have much brain capacity left, so it's totally fine. You'll probably have one of the coolest headstones regardless. You've always wanted to participate in the art challenges, but time constraints get in the way. That's okay, that's okay. It also doesn't have to be like a super polished piece. If you only have time for a 20-minute sketch throughout the month, then that's okay too. Sorry, interrupted. The bot decided to read it out loud when I was saying something. The delay is so bad sometimes. I know, it's crazy. You use so much of your brain power from your comment about Unreal. The way the vampire's leg can be seen through the ghost girl's dress is awesome. Oh, thanks, Dava. Thank you. I think it really helps show that she's, you know, different. She's a ghost. So he needed to be darker. Spark Drawls! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Zone. Zone. Now you don't have to worry about ads anymore because you are now subscribed. You can now watch this channel ad-free all you want. No more ads. There you go, for a whole month. A whole month ad-free. Let's go. Here's a tiny little tombstone just for you, Zone. Just for you. What would you like written on your headstone, Zone? What would you like written on it? Brother Wolf, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome. How are you doing? You're also buried, yes. Well, it comes with consequences. You get to lose ads, but you also lose your life. So, you know, it's the win-lose situation, I suppose. What do I think of the AI art scene that's been rising up this last year? We just had a conversation about that cryptic horrors, and I personally feel like the only person in that like space who is the actual artist is the person who created the software. So I don't actually consider that to be true art personally. But that being said, I also haven't really looked into it a lot, so I don't know how much control the artist has in making that. But I have my doubts, so I would probably say I personally feel like it isn't art. That's a win, no more responsibilities, exactly. Like, who would not want to be dead, right? Yeah, what are your thoughts, Cryptic Horrors? What do you think? Would you say you consider it to be art? Right, pasta is life. Pasta is life. Sounds like a great headstone. Definitely. I feel like so I need to add a little alien as well. Well, space case. Like what do you guys think space case means? I'm a little bit confused by that prompt. One of the prompts I have to draw is space case, like just like a case. But Does it actually mean case, or what does it mean? Like, I'm a little bit confused. Reason why is because someone will bring pasta to your grave and you will be reborn. Do you want to be undead? A brain-eating pasta zombie? Necker and the gang. What the hell the heck are we all doing? We're doing great, Alien Frog. We're doing amazing. I'm not making such good progress today as I intended to, but it's okay. We had such great conversations, so it's been a lot of fun. How about you? How are you doing today, Alien Frog? And how are your pizza children doing? I have to ask, your pizza offspring. How are they doing? Are they still all alive, or have you eaten a few of them? You do consider it art. You've been using it for a year now. The secret is in the prompts. The words you feed to the AI are your secret recipes that determines the outcome. Okay. So I definitely have to look more into that cryptic horrors, because I personally haven't seen much of that artwork, and I don't really know how the process involved goes. The only things I've seen before are like apps that generate art for you, which I've never really considered to be art. Geeky Gothic girl, you're in the right place. This is a goth stream, so welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here. You made more pizza children and you ate the last batch. There we go. Your poor kids. Your poor kids. I'm surprised your wife hasn't left you yet. Unbelievable. Honestly, it's so hilarious now, Alien Frog, because every time now that I eat pizza, I feel like I'm eating your kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm eating Alien Frog's kids now. Look what you did to me. You can't help yourself. Oh my goodness. So what Dova's saying... Oh my gosh, why is it not working? No! It's not working today. Sorry guys, I was going to show you Zazu. But his cam's not working for whatever reason. Does it chew through the cables again? It can't chew through that one, because that one's all the way over there, which is really far away from his cage. Not zombie. I don't make it easy, do I? Seems like there are no loopholes or trying to pull a fast when it comes to the Dark Goddess. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna let you lose that easy. You're gonna stay buried in that cemetery for an entire month. An entire month, sorry. You're gonna be dead. You'd say happy wife, happy life, but I'm right. You might not make it to the end of year at this point. You might eat your wife. You might eat your wife, Alien Frog. Pretty terrifying. Your poor wife. Just keep in mind, if you do, you don't get more kids. No more nice pizza dinners for you. There we go. You're gonna eat her before the divorce papers come, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Should we report domestic abuse? I feel like that's in order. You draw activate spell card, monster reborn, you revive yourself. So try as you might. There's an immunity to spells in that cemetery. So you can't come back to life for a whole month. Okay, sorry, I've only got his head left to do, guys. I've only got his head left. I'm trying to not... There we go. I'm going to put this piece of paper over her for a while because I don't want to be smudging her with my other hand. I'm going to be probably needing to do that a lot in this painting, drawing. Because a lot of this piece is going to be me sort of fluctuating between slides as I go, depending on where I want to put these characters. Mystic Soda, thank you so much for the follow. Gloves, Dover, I hate the gloves. I so hate the gloves. She has Micro Valley, totally, exactly. Goddess can negate spell cards. Looks like you're staying dead for a while. But after a month, I can't do anything to you anymore, so you'll be free. You'll be totally free again. Unless someone happens to gift you another sub, in which case you're under my command again. You hate the gloves? You thought that was because yours are bad? I just find them tedious to put on because I always have to like think about it, and it's just so much easier to just take like a piece of paper and just plop it over the drawing. But you're right, it's so much easier having the glove and not having to think about it, right? And then I can see my nice drawing as well, so probably is for the best. You got solemn judgment, Zone. Oh my gosh. Poor Zone. Poor Zone. Yeah, it's Macro's Drawlloween walking juxtaposition. You know it. Are you joining in too? Is there any ways you can share an image on here? You're still new to this whole Twitch thing. Yeah, Cryptic Horrors, we have a Discord for that. So generally what we do is we have people go to Discord, share an image. We have like an entire art gallery section there where you can share your artwork freely. So it's totally up to you if you want to join in on that. I had to think about it. You'll remind me. Thank you, Dover. Thank you. You love her. You can't really draw, but you love art. She is like my art idol. She and Thomas Ascot. I also freaking love Mark Ryden. So they're like probably my top 3 art idols, I would say. So yeah, definitely a huge, huge fan. And I'm doing what she suggested doing one year and put all of the characters in one big drawing. So I'm trying to combine all of them. I don't know Gary Basement. No, haven't checked him out. Let me have a look. So Gary Basement. Let me see. Oh, actually, I think I'm familiar with his work. Yeah, I've seen him before. He's amazing. He's like actually amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've definitely seen his work before and he's so good. You think you found me from a raid of your boyfriend's channel? What? That's cool. So my fiance, he sort of, so he lurks in my channel whenever I'm streaming, and he leaves his computer on and just like stays on the whole time, even overnight. So he gets to see wherever my raid train ends. And so every day he'll send me like, okay, so this is where your raid train ended yesterday. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see where my raids lead people on Twitch eventually. Sweepy Bee Art, thank you so much for that follow. How are you doing today? So would you say you have a favorite artist too, Walking Juxtaposition? And what does your boyfriend stream, by the way? Hello, Sleepy Bee Art. How are you doing? Whereabouts are you from? I'm good, I'm good. I can just call you Sweepy. No worries, let's call you Sweepy then. That's adorable. Thank you so much for being here. I'm doing great. I have had a really productive week, so I'm feeling great, and I'm probably gonna have a very busy weekend, so I'm really glad that I'm able to show some quality work for the week, because probably the one thing that gets me down most is when I haven't really done a lot of artwork and I don't have a lot to show for it. So I really try to push how much I get done during the week. Because on weekends, I tend to spend most of my time with family, so I don't really have any time left for making artwork. And so weekdays is when I do most of my work. Do you make art as well, Sweepy? You uploaded your images you made on AI on the Discord. Thank you, Cryptic. I'll go have a look. I think Bab has to be one of the top artists, same as Mel Macklin and Ratu Ratu. So many talented artists. You're from Melbourne and your boyfriend's stream is A Lonely Shark Melbourne. Cool. Does he stream art or what does he stream? You're so glad to have found my channel, by the way. You're more of a traditional artist yourself. It's rare to find on Twitch. It definitely is, Spark. I've noticed because I generally try to specifically raid traditional artists because they are so rare to find and I really want to support those who have similar interests to me. So if you do stick around at my channel with the raids, you'll probably be introduced to quite a few more because those are generally the people that I raid. And there's some amazing ones like Charles Listerer. I don't know if you're aware of his stream, Cody Scheibe, Galacticat, Freakmeister, Chloe Draws, there's like quite a few really talented traditional artists on here. So I'd love to introduce you to them as well. He does indie variety and also horror. He does like going into art streamers from time to time. So like he's a gaming streamer. Do check the mods channel before I head out for the weekend. Important thing and a few other stuff for me to check. No worries. Thank you, Dover. Thank you. Maybe a hot take, you don't know, but Neka's art is better than Mona Lisa ratio. Thank you, Alien Frog. Thank you. You feel like there was more traditional art on here maybe a year or two ago, but you agree with me that I think part of what makes it harder for people to stream traditional art is because you do need two cameras. And I felt like my webcams just weren't quite capturing my art properly. So I had my stream help me meet a goal to have like a DSLR camera for my art. So it's really helpful because I can like zoom in really up close, and I can also show you guys the entire spread if need be, so you get like an idea of how large all of this is. And I think the technical aspect is what makes traditional art so hard to stream. And Vivi, I was on Vivi's stream last night. Yeah, that's another great one. Thank you, Dover. So guys, check the links Dover has just shared in the chat. Those are all amazing traditional artists. If you aren't already familiar with their channels, check them out. They're amazing. You'll definitely hang out. Thank you, Sparkjaws. You also love Anne Shen. Walking Juxtaposition. Could you either whisper me these names of all of these artists or join Discord and share them on there? I would really love to look into them a little bit further, and I'm worried I'm not going to remember all of these names. You went ahead and followed them on Instagram. Love their stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, look. It's another cute dragon. They're so cute. Does his channel just have the cutest emotes? Oh my gosh. Love it. But yeah, I think it took me some time to find these artists that, you know, have a similar interest to me. And it's really nice because like once you find them, it's great because you can introduce your community to fellow traditional artists. and that's really awesome. And also, I don't know, like, I used to actually be a fully digital artist, you would not believe it, but I never worked in traditional mediums, ever. I was only working in Photoshop, creating my characters, like, from scratch. And over time, I think I just started craving, like, physical paint, and I really enjoyed just sketching, like, naturally. So, I don't know, I felt like I wanted to make the switch and gradually sort of just seeped in more and more until I had sort of driven out the entire digital process out of my artwork. Not to say that I don't admire digital artists, I really do. Like, Loish is one of my favorites. Wiley Beckett, no, she's traditional. Joel Cooper sometimes does amazing digital artwork, and there's like a bunch of others that I really, really admire. I just personally really enjoy the traditional process, so for me, this was the way to go. Philly Key's pretty much, it's pretty much done. There's not too much that I really need to keep going with, but I don't know, do we have time for another character? Let me have a look. We could make like a start on the next character. I feel like that would make me feel really good if we made a start, so we'll see how I go. Thank you for messaging me that walking juxtaposition, I really appreciate it. You've always done fan arts, it's so much more satisfying doing it on pencil and paper plus markers. Yeah, like some people just prefer that. For me, I think, because I was working as, and I still work as a digital graphic designer, a lot of my work is digital, and so I think I started feeling like when I'm working traditionally, it doesn't feel like work, it gave me more pleasure. So perhaps for people who don't have jobs working in Photoshop all day, might actually feel differently. But for me, working with real paint and paper just allowed me to feel, I guess, more connected with the art and just less like I was at work, I guess. It's bedtime for you! Almost 3 AM! Have a good rest of my stream. Thank you, Sweepy B. It was so lovely meeting you. Especially since you love manga style. That's your favorite part in line art? That's so hard to do traditionally. That's amazing that you're achieving that. You like the feeling of pencil and paper and then doing the outlines with ink feels good. Yeah, that is a pleasurable process. Paper and pencil is your favorite also. You love the black and white of it. Yeah, you can do so much with pencil. I feel like probably if you asked every artist on this planet, what medium would you never go without? I bet they'll say graphite, pencil. So graphite pencil. I think, like, if you asked me personally, I would probably tell you, don't take that away from me. That's what I want to keep most of all. What about you guys? You shared some on Discord? No worries, I'll go have a look. You love the inking process? It's so much fun, honestly. So, guys, where's my Drawlloween prompt? So, we've done Spooky Self-Portrait, we've done Glampire, Dragon Wagon. I'm up to Space Case, guys. Can you guys hear me over the rain? It is so loud. So loud, guys. Alright, I'm gonna take a photograph of him. Try and take a good one. There we go. Because I have to share these on in October on social media. The rain's loud. Sounds like that never came through before. Yeah, it's super loud. Like, I was struggling to actually hear myself there. You think my style of art looks cooler and traditional personally? My style of art looks cool and traditional personally, even though my digital is also great. Yeah, I agree though, Alien Frog. I do think that it gives it that little bit more personality. Whereas if I were to do it digitally, it would lose a little bit of that, I think. Okay, so guys, I have already 3 characters in this small area. I need to do Space Case. So I'm gonna do like a little tiny alien right here. I don't know. He has to hold a case though. How am I gonna make that obvious that he's holding a case? Maybe he needs to be a little bit taller. Might move him entirely. We'll see. I think Zazu finds the rain soothing. You feel the AI art can be for those who don't have the skills or even the time for traditional art and digital ways. The old ways will always have its place, appreciation and awe. Yeah, definitely. Like, there's always room for new things. So, like, you know, there was a time when photography killed off a lot of art, and art became something new and something special in its own right. So, definitely when technology changes, I feel like art changes along with it. Do I like Miss Christine McConnell too? She does so many different mediums of art. I'm a huge fan. I love what she does, especially her cooking. Oh my goodness. Like, she's a huge inspiration. Tiny alien holding a briefcase. That's what I'm thinking, Dover. That's what I'm thinking. We have a little Hugger plushie redeem guy. And I brought my super adorable platypus, guys. Look. Look how cute. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. Plushie hug of the day. I love her YouTube channel. Have you guys checked out her YouTube channel? An artist and cook, you need to follow. She's just like an all-rounder, basically. Like, she does sculpting, interior decorating, cooking, everything. He's beautiful. Thank you, Cryptic Horrors. Thank you. But yeah, like, it's unbelievable. The stuff that she can do is just crazy. Did you guys hear Zazu's growl? He had the cutest little growl. Oh my gosh. Hang on, where's that picture gone? Is this the one? Christine Heathers? That's weird. Christine McConnell? I think so. I think so, Dover, yeah. Small introduction of yourself. You're a former executive chef who decided to take a break and pursue your way on becoming a fully fledged artist. Oh my goodness. That's great. I'm so proud of that. Like, I love it when people share stories of, you know, everything that they do. Am I familiar with the artist Mobius? There's a game called Sable that is inspired by his art. And it's all about adventure. No combat, just exploring and finding. Mysteries? I can't say that I am. No. Can't really say that I am. So Spark Draws, have you ever tried, like, incorporating some of your art into your cooking as well? I'm guessing that's, like, a great medium to be creative in. It's been your calling. Oh, Spark Draws. I'm so glad you're getting into it. So glad. So, my little alien, cute little dude. Let him go. So I've drawn quite a few aliens before. You guys might know if you've been following me for a while. I've drawn quite a few. So I've sort of started, I guess, developing my own style of aliens over time. You've always applied art in your cooking too. You love the plating and all that. That's awesome. Spark Draws. I am. My mum really enjoys creative cooking as well. Like she's not a professional chef or anything like that, but she really just enjoys plating and that style of thing. And this weekend, she's planning to do a really beautiful purple themed engagement party dinner for us all. So it's going to be pretty elaborate. I might post some pictures on social media, so if you do keep up, you might see them. Cooking is art. It's what kind of separates us from the rest of the animal kingdom. That's true. Well, we're sort of the only creatures that decorate our food, right? That's fascinating. Like, out of a whim, you create your own recipes of whatever you find in the fridge. Whoa. Being able to do that must be, like, crazy amazing. You're so excited for that. Please show the pictures. I will try. Probably on Twitter. I'll definitely share it on Twitter or my Instagram stories if you want to keep up. your friend got her first tattoo of the art she made using AI. Are you allowed to share her TikTok on here or on Discord? Please share it on Discord. I think we've got like a promotion channel where that would be best, but if you can share it in the general channel too, that's fine. But yeah, we'll definitely be intrigued to have a look at that. Very nice. Love these characters. Thank you, Moondragon. Thank you. I'm working on a Drawlloween sketch. So I've got a very, very large piece of paper that I have to fill up with 31 different characters. So this is my challenge at the moment. This is my challenge, guys. It's been good chatting. Hope to be back soon. Thank you, Walking Juxtaposition. And thank you so much for introducing me to all those artists. I'll go have a look after the stream. It's so helpful that you've whispered them to me. So I'm thinking if this little alien is holding the suitcase down here. It's almost like he works at Area 51. The government's given him a job. And he now works at Area 51. He's got his very own suitcase, as you can tell. Secretly doing his job. Who knows what he's up to, sharing technology or... I don't know. Diplomatically making a deal with outer space. We'll never know. But there he is. What's the significance of 31 in this case? Oh, because there's 31 days. 31 days in the month. I'm pretty sure there's actually only 30, but I might do a rock star for the last prompt. We'll see. You gotta run. You're glad you found me streaming. You love it. Thank you, Vlad. And thank you for introducing me to those emotes. I really appreciate that. That is a challenge, yeah. This is surprisingly your first exposure to the term Drawlloween. Really? Really? It's been running for years on Instagram, so it's not really a new thing. It's not my thing either. It's run by the artist Mab Graves. I'm only joining in the challenge. It's the cutest alien you've ever seen. Oh, Draw, thank you. You're supposing Toba overshadowed it in your feed temporarily. Yeah, well, to be honest, now there's like so many different challenges. So, like, knowing about all of them would be just ridiculous. Because, like, definitely Inktober is one of the biggest ones. I know that Drawlloween was one of the original ones, but there's heaps now. There's heaps. I wonder if I should give him a tie. I feel like I want to give him a tie. It's just like sort of loosely hanging around his neck. Like he's got like no idea how to properly put it on or anything. Yeah. I think I'm gonna give him a tie. That way he looks like he's kind of professional. He's got his space case and he's working at Area 51 and getting things done. He's all busy. He's so busy. Are there certain rules for Inktober? You haven't really tried it before. I don't think so. Because I know some people asked, do they have to start it in ink? And no, there's no rules. You can do it in any medium that you want to. Oh yeah, my other alien stuff, definitely. That's an alien with a job to do, totally, exactly. Let me see. What did you bring up, Dover? Oh, that cutie, my cactus alien. My cactus alien. So yeah, guys, this is what Dover just shared. This is one of my alien oil paintings that I've done. It's called Welcome to Earth, and it's basically about this little alien girl that found her way to Earth and made some friends. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this one. And this was my cactus alien. Also a lot of fun. He's such a cutie. You'll just do a liner and ink it then? Well, you can do that. Exactly. Then you are using ink and you're totally fine. But no, there's no rules. You just gotta follow the prompts. I think that's like the only real rule, you know? And I mean, that makes sense. Like, why? There's no point joining a challenge if you're not gonna do the prompts, right? So... I don't know if I wanted him to like put his thumb in there and like play with his tie or something. I kind of like that. He's also only got like three fingers. Well, 4 fingers in total, so he's a little bit different, obviously, because it's from outer space. I mean, we would expect him to be like an earthling. And I kind of like that. Kind of like that he's playing with his tie. There we go. Perhaps I could work on a story in the future with the cactus alien and the alien girl, something like them landing or crashing on Earth, but in different places, and they eventually meet. That's romantic. Maybe that's like my next Patreon story, Diva. Because I'm going to keep doing like different stories on Patreon. Like currently I've got Poogie and Phoebe, the little witch and the piglet that meet each other, and that's all exclusive for Patreon. So I'm gonna need more stories soon, and I think that's a great idea. I like that. He looks so determined, doesn't he? Super, super determined. It's like, look at me and my professional alien job. It's so important. Thank you for the follow, Raven. Welcome, little corpse. How are you doing today? Pattern? Patterns over? Seriously? I feel like I'm only just now starting to get really excited for where this is heading. Like, it took a few characters to start looking like something, especially because there's no interesting composition or anything for this piece. What's going to make it look great is just the amount of characters that it has. And I've already got, like, in this tiny space, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. So if I'm like 4, 8, 12, 16, I still have to be quite conservative, but I think I can get another character in there. Um, and then still, like, obviously there can be more in the back that sort of have their heads sticking out. But I do need to start being very conservative with the amount of space I'm using. You've heard the recent Spyro game remakes are really good. Also, say a bit of gameplay on Twitch somewhere. You saw a bit of gameplay. I've looked at that. I really want the new Spyro. Fimbriata, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for being here. You don't know of these remakes. Last time you played was back in 1996. It is such an old game, right? Oh my gosh. The remake Spyro games are excellent, and so are the Crash games. Well, that's really good. I hate it when they recreate things that were really good and they just like completely demolish them. Briefcase and a tie. This alien is making bank. Exactly. Dora, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much.
Why haven't aliens visited our solar system yet? They looked at the reviews. Only 1 star.
They looked at the review. That's a good point. That's a good point. Why would they? We've only got 1 star, right? So true. Oh, Lazar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, little corpse. So, thank you for more biddies. You just got that.
What do you call a large group of aliens? Billions.
Billions. Billions. What? I don't get that one. Billions. Am I missing something? Must be missing something. Oh, billions! Gotcha. Of course. Of course. How could I have missed that? At least I get to do the eye today as well. That's my favorite part. My favorite part of all. Dover, thank you. Galaxy Brain, yeah.
A lot of people think that crop circles are made by alien aircrafts. Nah, I think it's just serial killers.
It is. It is. We all know. It's interesting though, how those are made. They're really cool. Okay, so, um, this little alien is gonna have like a really dark eye. So I need to scope out where the dark bits are gonna go, where the light bits are gonna go. Men in Black style, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Maybe he works for them. Maybe he does. We would never know because we've been erased by that little pen thingy. So we'll never find out. It's such a cheeky little alien though. Oh my gosh. He must be a handful to work with. Can you imagine? Men in Black, more like many needing or finding a different career. Yeah, because the aliens are taking over. It's been nice watching me tonight. Hope the rest of my stream goes well. Thank you, Geeky Goth Girl, and thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Well, I had no idea what to do for Space Case. I feel like I did a good job considering. Like, this prompt was just like, what the heck is Space Case supposed to mean? Because I had no idea. I hope I've nailed it properly. The music is now just the sound of wind and an eerie bell in the distance. It's supposed to be creepy. Supposed to be. Samara is coming for you guys. You did summon her yesterday after all, Dover, so you're the one to blame. Samara from the ring, yes. Yes, we redeem her every now and again. There we go. You guys now have 7 days. 7 days left, and that's about it. I feel like the rest of him needs to be slightly darker though. Like his head area is fairly on point, but I feel like the rest of him is just looking too light. And it doesn't look like his body is quite connected enough. So I want to try and focus on that. Rip your ears. It's supposed to be scary. It's like asking questions and then following it up with the answer. Wait, well, I always do this, Necker. I go, I have no idea, and then somehow knock it out of the park. Did I just do that? Yeah, I said I had no idea what to draw for Space Case and look at what I did. Magnificent. Well, I meant, like, did I nail the prompt? Like, is this what was intended for the prompt? Or did I miss it completely? You know? Fast out watching incantation. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. Sometimes there are these prompts that just like really trip me up. And I don't know what was meant by them. So that was sort of what I was meaning. Like, is this what was meant by the prompt or not? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I suppose I'll find out once October starts. I feel like he's now a little bit darker, so that looks much better. Much better. Well, I'm very happy with him. I hope he suits the prompt. I really do. If not, oh my gosh, did we just get another raid? Oh no! Sharp balloons! Guys, we just got raided by sharp balloons. Would you look at that? Guys, if you aren't already familiar with Sharp Balloon stream, please check them out. Basically, they are balloon streamers, balloon artists specifically. They create the cutest, coolest creatures. And if you raid them, they'll create a lightsaber for you. That is the coolest thing ever. Please go check out Sharp Balloons, guys. Amazing stream. What did you do today, Sharp Balloons? Thank you so much, K-pop, for the follow. Also, if you'd like to, please go ahead and share your social media. You can also share a clip of your stream or post a picture of the balloons you created today. We'd love to have a look. Thank you for bringing all your family today. We really appreciate it. Look at the cool balloons, guys. Look at that. You made Madison and Wongers from She-Hulk? I haven't seen She-Hulk before, so I can't say I know those characters, but I'd love to see them. Would you like to post them for us? So those of you who just came along with that raid, I'm Nekka. You may have already seen me in Sharp Balloon stream because I like to lurk there occasionally. I am working on 31 drawings that are all going to come. They all have to fit on this piece of paper, guys. So it's pretty big. I have to fit 31 different characters on this piece of paper. So I have my work cut out for me, guys. But I'm really excited because, you know, this is such a cool thing to work on. And I have wanted to do Drawlloween for ages and put all the characters in one prompt. So normally I do all the characters on a different piece of paper. And then I also, after Drawlloween, I colour all of them. This year, I want to do them all on a single piece of paper and hopefully get to colour them before the end of October. So I have my work cut out for me, guys. You don't yet have photos, but no worries. That's okay. Would you like to share your Twitter account or something else? Sharpie's here to pump you up. Sharp Balloons really is the greatest of all times of balloons. It'll take you to the bank. Yeah. Stray Frog of the Creek, thank you so much for the follow. Guys, Sharp Balloons is probably one of the most unique streams you will ever encounter on Twitch. Like, who the heck would have thought of a balloon artist, right? But trust me when I say the vibe there is just so unique. You guys are missing out if you don't follow. Thank you, Stray Frog. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So I also do occasionally where I'm oil paintings. I'll show you guys. So I also do oil paintings. So this is, I'll just stop the recording because I started recording all over again. This is one of my oil paintings that I've been working on recently. It's a painting that I've done for my mum. She basically loves guinea fowl. So these are adorable guinea fowl. It's not quite done yet. As you can see, the sky is a little bit patchy and I need to work on her face. It needs a couple more layers, but it is getting there. It is slowly but surely getting there. I don't know where I put the other paintings that I've done. Pretty sure they're all packed away, but there's a lot of my paintings. You guys can see all of my paintings on my website, and I also have an Instagram page if you'd like to go have a look at that. Gorgeous art, thank you. Shout out to moms, where would we all be without them? Exactly. Gotta say, you love the aesthetic I have going on. Thank you. I have to bury? Wait, did we have a sub? What happened? How did I miss that? Who got buried? Who just got buried? We're supposed to have 5. It's time for a burial. It didn't show up for me. That's so weird. It's so weird. Thank you for following Jed Ted. Welcome, little corpse. Sharp balloons. Here we go. Here's a little tombstone. Just for you, Sharp balloons. Tiny little tombstone. Let's get you buried in this tombstone. Let's go. And then there were 5. So Sharp balloons, what would you say should be written on your headstone? What would you say? Captain Brad, hello, welcome back. How are you doing? So I have done, so she's supposed to be a ghost. That's why she's so transparent. And then this is Glampire. So he's like a glamorous vampire. And then we've got Dragon Wagon. And then this is Space Case. So I basically did a character from space with a case because I had no clue what to do for that prompt. So wish me luck. Let's hope I nailed it and that is what was intended with that prompt. We'll see. But yeah, so what is the next one? Let me have a look. Okay, here we go. So these are all the prompts that I have to draw, guys. So spooky self-portrait, Glampire, Dragon Wagon, Space Case. We've done 4 so far, guys. We have Which Wednesday next. I thought it was Botanical Beasts next, but no, it is Which Wednesday. That'll be cool. That's one that I'm really excited for. And Botanical Beasts. Because basically, for Botanical Beasts, I'm thinking of having like this large tree, but he's going to be sort of in the background. But I want him to be sort of like a windy, old, broken tree that's sort of come to life. Like, if you know the walking trees in Lord of the Rings, I want him to look like one of those. You're a new dad and just getting into the dad jokes now? You gotta practice. You gotta practice. Yeah, an ant. An ant. I love the idea of those. They look so cool. So yeah, I'm thinking... So if I've already got 4 characters in here, I'm pretty sure I can fit another maybe like smallish character in the back. And obviously like a character can be like in this section sort of standing there. So at the end, I'll probably have like almost 5 or 6. So if I go by 5, 10, 15, 20, and then I'll have like 21, 22, 23, 24. Still got like a couple of fit in, so I'm going to have to be quite sparing with how I do these if I want to fit all of them into the single piece of paper. To Isengard, exactly. Heck yeah, thank you, Dover. We're taking the hobbits to Isengard. We should probably take the stream somewhere cool as well, because I am pretty much done for the day, guys. I finished the whole character today. I was supposed to finish 2, but it's okay. It's okay. We had an awesome stream. We got raided by Meg Animation and Sharp Balloons. How freaking sick! How freaking sick is that, guys? Okay, so I'm going to be back on Monday if you guys want to catch the next bit of my stream. Let us see who's on, guys. Who can we raid? Charles is on. We raided Charles last time though. Haywood's on. Rotworks. I feel like Rotworks would really appreciate a raid right now. How about we raid Rotworks, guys? That would be fantastic. Let us raid Rotworks. That sounds like a great idea. Raiding Rotworks. Alright, so guys, if you aren't already familiar with Rotworks, he does incredibly detailed, beautiful pen and ink artwork. Usually gory, creepy artwork, so it should be right up your alley if you like my stream. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back on Monday. Keep in mind, guys, if you'd like to receive a monthly postcard from me, as well as get access to my exclusive story that I'm working on Patreon, you get a lot more for the price of the Twitch sub on Patreon, and I also get a lot more of your support if you're interested in that sort of thing, so keep that in mind. Also, the art challenge is on the 31st of this month, so if you'd like your art featured on my stream, please go and check out the Discord channel. The theme is Spooky Self-Portrait. So we need all of you guys to draw your own spooky self-portrait and submit it to our Discord channel, and then we'll go through everybody's work on the 31st. It's going to be amazing, guys. But yeah, let's share some love with Rotworks. Let's take the hobbits to Isengard and raid, guys. Here we go. I'll see you all again on Monday, and thank you so much again for the raid, Sharp Balloons. Really appreciate that.